Hello, my name is Mary Ann Wright, and I'm a 4-H area educator with Lincoln University Cooperative Extension. Today, we will be completing our final grab and go activity in association with our 2020 virtual summer camp. For the last 6 weeks, we have been exploring different weekly themes, and this week we are focusing on citizenship. If you have signed up for our program, you should have your weekly packet. And in your weekly packet, you will find your grab and go activities towards the back. Today, we are going to be completing the grab and go activity entitled Thank You Card. This guide sheet will also be posted on the Pemiscot County 4-H Facebook page. Part of being a good citizen is showing appreciation to the people that help us or that do things in the community. So today we're going to be making a very simple thank you card so we can show our appreciation. What you need to get started on this project is a plain note card and an envelope. This can be any color. I am just using a craft paper color one today. You also will need things to decorate your card. That can be anything from just a pen, but we're going to be using some thank you stickers and some colored paper. You'll also need something to attach your paper, so you'll want to have glue and some scissors. So a thank you card is a very simple way to say that you appreciate somebody, and it doesn't really have to be very fancy. There's a lot of things you can do with just a few simple supplies that will go a long way. And a handmade card is usually very much appreciated and treasured. The first thing you want to do when making a greeting card is decide which way you want your card to face. Do you want it to open like this and be a horizontal layout, or do you want it to have a vertical layout? So just decide exactly what you want, and it can be either way, and it will make a great card. I think I'm going to do this vertical orientation for mine today. So I'm going to decorate the front of my card. Typically on a greeting card, you have decorations on the front and your message on the inside of your card. So that's the way we're going to do it today. But you can be creative, and however you feel will make the biggest impact. Now, like I said, you don't need very many supplies, and today I'm just going to be using one type of paper. And this has a fun, colorful design on it. And I'm going to use this to cut some strips. And I'm going to turn these into just very simple flag shapes that I can attach to my card. So with a pair of scissors, I'm just going to make a couple of cuts so I have a few strips of paper. And decide exactly how I want my paper to go here. And then one more. There's no right or wrong. This is where you can really be creative in what you want your card to look like. So I just have 3 strips of paper, and I'm going to turn these into flags by cutting out a triangle on one end of each piece. So just with my scissors, I'm going to make a cut right in the center, and that's going to go up about a ½ inch or so. And then from the side, I'm going to go to the point to that center mark here on both sides. And that is going to create a flag effect here. So you'll see like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to each of the strips of paper that I have cut. And one more here. Again, you can make your card any way you want. I've just decided that I'm going to use this colorful paper here. So now I have my flags, And I want to create an effect of a layered flag effect. So I'm going to have my cardstock align at the top here. But you can notice that each of my strips are a different height, a different length. And I've cut one with the pattern going straight, and this one, the pattern is going horizontal. And on this third one, I'm actually going to flip it over backwards. So each of the 3 strips looks very different. And now, just using some glue, I'm going to layer that at the top of my card. So I have my glue here. I'm going to take the longest strip first. Just add some glue. And line it up right there. Now, since I'm using straight lines, I want to ensure that my flag is straight up and down. So I've aligned it to the side of my card, just using that edge as my kind of straight edge there to go by. Sort of my ruler. Next, I'm going to take the next one that I'm flipping to the white side. I'm just going to overlap it a bit, and then my final flag I have here. So add that glue. Okay, so you can see my flag effect here. And again, you can make it any way. If you decide that you don't like that and you want to make one of them longer or shorter, you can always take this off before the glue dries and start rearranging it. Now it's time to add my thank you, my sentiment onto the front of my card. And you can write this with a pen, but since we have these nice thank you stickers, I'm going to be using one of those. So I'm going to use a gold one here that says thank you, and I'm just going to peel off the word and stick it on the bottom of my card. So it's going to balance out. My flags are at the top right of my card, so I'm going to place my thank you towards the bottom left-hand side of my card. And I feel like that sort of balances the look of the card. But again, you can do this any way you would like. And now, my greeting card is pretty much finished, my thank you card. I'm going to show you a couple of examples that I did earlier, and very similar. So instead of cutting my paper on this one, I actually just tore it. And so you can see this rough edge actually makes a pretty neat effect. And then I just used a pen instead of that sticker to make my words thank you. So if you don't have a sticker, or if you lose them, or if you decide to use multiple stickers on one card and you still have a card left, you can just use a regular old pen to write thank you. On this one, I used some circles that I had already cut, and they were both blue with the white on the other side. So I flipped one around, and so I just have a super simple card here too. After you complete the front of your greeting card and decorate it, now it's time to personalize it. And this is where you open up your card and you write the message to the person that you're sending the card to. And this is something that you probably want to think out. You might even want to go ahead and write it on another piece of paper, on a scrap piece of paper, so you can really plan out how it's going to look. Because you don't want all your words to be scrunched up here at the top, or you don't want it to run off the side. So planning out kind of how it's going to look inside this space will be helpful when you're writing your message. And then after you have your message, be sure to sign your name. This is the personal connection you have with the person, and this is what they'll really appreciate. It shows that you're the one sending the card and saying thank you. So be sure to sign your name at the bottom. Then your card is ready to send. So in your envelope, you're going to make sure to address it and place a stamp on it before you put it in the mail. On the back of your grab and go guide, you will also see an explanation of exactly how to address an envelope if you're not sure. So you can reference that and be sure that you're actually putting the correct information in the correct spot, because that's really important when mailing a letter. Also on the back of this page is the perfect area for you to plan out what you're saying. So go ahead and use this to brainstorm on who you might want to thank, and then to plan out your message that you're sending them. I hope that you have enjoyed virtual summer camp as much as I have this summer. I have enjoyed making these videos and thinking of ideas that we could craft and complete together. And I just want to thank you for tuning in each week for our videos and signing up for our program. I hope that you will be interested in more of what we're doing with Lincoln University Cooperative Extension and 4-H. And if you're interested in becoming a 4-H'er, I would love to hear from you. You can contact me just through our Facebook page. Send me a message, and I'd love to give you more information on how to become a 4-H member. We're also planning exciting things in the future, and even though virtual summer camp may be over, we have a lot of exciting programs coming up. So be sure to tune in for that. Okay, guys, thank you so much, and have a great rest of your summer. Bye-bye.